this is a conversation we're going to have, and we're going to have soon, because it bothers me in my spirit that I can forgive people. That's one thing. But yeah, P, we don't play ball. That's my brother in there. And he knows the real deal. He knows the who. I'm good. Somebody said, you don't look okay. I'm okay. I have peace. I'm literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me, because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all. I know some of y'all, hopefully y'all don't have no kids around, but I didn't sell nothing for success. It's like, nah, that's not what I want. I ain't into that. I ain't into dudes. I got an only beard in the bed policy. Mine is the only beard in the bed. Yeah, we ain't doing none of that. I don't get out like that. And these people kept on for years. Sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And where I'm at now is that in the middle of the night, I think about if I'm brave enough to name the person. I'll take a polygraph live. I'll take 5 polygraphs live. And I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This person is a predator, and he's one of several. And it's a shame, man. But I think it's time. I want to, and I know, P, I know you on here. I want to say everything now. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. I intentionally let the statute of limitations expire. It's not about money, but I'm gonna have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined. Because again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else, so he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over and over, and he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. Always. Even if my phone is off. Something else is, if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me so I could protect myself, because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, then they can also try to get in the way of your work. I want to speak on it. I also want to keep making great things and creating jobs and opportunities. But Oh no, I got backups for the backups for the backups for the backups. I've watched way too many Jason Bourne movies not to have 15 backups. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 to strip. You'll know right away and it'll break your heart. I won't have to say the person's name, but I can and I will. I don't mind doing a polygraph or 3 or 5 on live TV, and I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This industry is something else. It's wonderful, and we get to chase our dreams, and we get to live other lives. I get to be a judge or an FBI agent. I get to be a girl dad. And some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you. I have documentation from the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for offering me $100,000 to strip. It's time. I really want to just clear the air because I'm tired. And then where I'm at now, if it still feels like that person is fucking with you just to fuck with you, just to mess with you. The industry can be wonderful. I'm grateful, be clear, that this person showed me how not to be. When I'm a boss, people get daps and church hugs. The attractive women that work on even on my shows, my productions, they getting daps and church hugs. That's it. Because this person showed me how not to be when I'm in charge and when I built something and when I created something. I hear you, Pernell. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna dial it back. You get on my nerves because I know you're right, but it's in my fucking bone marrow, and I'm tired of this person gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on, if you gonna have, woo! We gonna have a conversation, y'all, really soon. Really soon. Really soon. And I thank God that he made me the way that I am, because I know he sat back and watched, like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you going to acquiesce and take this movie that's gonna make 60, 70, 80 million dollars? Are you gonna take this picture? Are you gonna go to that late night audition, that late night table read? No, you ain't built me like that. I've been beat, shot at, stomped out more than most of the people that are here on this live put together. P, I'm gonna call you in a minute. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna air it out, but I'm so fucking close because I'm tired. I'm tired. And it needs to be told. And the bad part is I'm gonna be painted as the villain when I was the one that was sexually harassed for years, bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. And I'm gonna be painted as the villain because y'all have deified this person. And then if a person tells you over and over, first of all, in general, you have no right to touch anybody. None. Now, that's why I'm careful. Like when I do my shows and everything, It's church hugs. I put the veils on and I kiss people on the hair up here. Nothing sexual, nothing weird, nothing crazy. And I'm trusting that, the fans will receive that out of a place of love and connection. But you are not allowed to touch somebody without their permission. Not allowed to try to touch them in a sexual or private place without their permission. And if they've already declared, like, hey, bruh, I get that that's your thing, but I like black women and Hennessy. And so miss me with the bullshit, because I'm never going to be open to that. I'm never going to swing at that pitch. Like I'm batting for this team over here. God made ovaries and fallopian tubes and vagina, labia majora, labia minora, uterus. It's just wonderful over here. So I'm going to stay over here, like, chill. And then this person still tries to grab you, physically grab you. Cassie speaking out has reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through it, because it lasted for years. But her speaking out, people need to know. And the funny thing is, predators like that, they resent the prey that got away. They resent the prey that got away. The prey that didn't fold. The prey that didn't acquiesce and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take this L and sacrifice my morals for this opportunity. Nah. That was around the time that I was considering going back to Michigan, 08, 09, because work was slow, and the work that was coming was offered with a side of penis. And yeah, that don't do nothing for me. I'm batting for y'all team. So, at some point soon, I've spoken with my attorney trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's never been about money. I literally intentionally let the statute of limitations pass. It's not about money or being able to sue. But at some point, really soon, the police report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over the recordings of the inappropriate behaviors and the inappropriate offers. And I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. And y'all can hear him. His voice is very distinctive. And I wanna empty. I'm tired of carrying this shit. There's a reason now why I fight more than ever when somebody wrongs me, and why I almost too aggressively speak up is because I wasn't brave enough to then, and I regret not being able to be strong enough, and I resent that part of me that wasn't strong enough to speak up about it. It's taking everything in me not to air out everything and put all the recordings online, put all the paperwork and the PDFs online. There's no reason that this person's company would be on the bill of sale for a vehicle unless it's right after the time-stamped recording of him offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't have to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, I'm not into that. I don't fuck around like that. I don't do that. What the fuck? What? Leave. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out. I thought you were my brother and my friend. And this definitely has nothing to do with my brother who's in here. Be clear. I thought this person was a brother type figure, a mentor type figure. But for you to continuously throw these opportunities, you know good and damn well all it ever was you pretending to be a mentor trying to get some ass. That'll never happen. I don't bat for that team. Yeah, but I gotta get off of here and talk to my brother because I'm so fucking close to just airing everything out. I'm just dumping everything online in the morning. I'm tired, man. I'm not forgiving myself. I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't brave enough back then because somebody said forgive yourself. KG, it's heavy on my heart, man, and I'm tired. And we around here deifying people that go out and do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pay off this, and I'm gonna pay off that, and I'm gonna pay off that. But at the same time, these same people are predators. I'm not blaming myself for saying no. I'm not blaming myself for almost quitting acting. I'm just mad at me for not being brave enough to say something sooner. That's the only thing that I regret. I wish I'd have been brave enough. I'm him now. I know who I am. I know who God built me to be. And I'm not afraid of those consequences. My concern is that a lot of y'all are going to be like, man. And your immediate reaction is going to be like, oh, well, we got to protect our deity. We got to protect. It's going to have to happen. I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But, yeah. You get a grown-ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad, so I'm after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not breaking multiple bones in this person's face. Like beating the dog shit out of this person, right? Because that's available to me at all times. That in her grizzly bear is always available, but in the moment, I'm like, what the fuck? And wanted to. But you got a guy that's a billionaire, and I got $3,000 in my bank account. Who they gonna believe? Right? I got that $3,000. That's my son's mom's rent for next month. got to make sure little man's taken care of. That's my rent, and that's a little bit for the gas tank, and the rest of it, I can go to the dollar store and get some bread and bologna and hot dogs and mustard, and I can get by. Work was slow, and a lot of the work that was coming it had penis attached to it. I'm like, fuck that, man. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm about to do. I regret not speaking up then, not being brave enough to, and I regret not hurting this person. Because I got a big heart. Mother had a big heart. Mother's heart was just big as Flint, Michigan. She was like a little yellow boy. You finna come and you gonna be a part of my family. And I always try to think about things, and not lash out, even though I wanted to. Even though I want to. I'm mad at me for not hitting him. I'm mad at me for not speaking up and saying something. Because between that year and now, how many young black actors have fell for that? How many of them, and you can hear him say it you can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him say that he has multiple guys on payroll, 6 figures a year, that pop up and they do whatever he wants and they go back home. So they pop in, they grab their ankles, they do whatever he wants. And I'm like, I'm not finna fucking do that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to make it that bad. I want to be able to shave in the fucking morning without any grief or any regret or any shame waiting for me in the mirror. There's a trauma that comes with being bullied and intimidated and sexually harassed like that. And the bad part is when the truth comes out, a lot of y'all in here are going to be like, man, I don't believe it. And you can watch me on whatever news station. I'll take polygraphs live on TV. You can hear the recordings yourself. Person has a very distinctive voice when they offer me $100,000 to take my clothes off. Person has a very distinctive voice when they literally sexually assault me and try to grab my private parts, and I'm blocking their hand like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh, my bad. And tries to do it again. Some of these people are y'all heroes. Some of these people y'all have deified and set up on a stool or on a stoop. It's taking everything in me not to say. But I promise you this. I will promise you this. As an executive on a show, I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be. When you're the boss, how not to be. You don't sexually harass your employees. You don't pressure them, bully them, try to intimidate them into what you want. I am grateful for that lesson. I'm glad that God sat back, because not only was he watching to see if I was the person that he thought he had made, but he was letting me see who I am. And I'm grateful for it, because it let me know, and that gave me a lot of my bravery. I thank God that he just sat back and watched. It's going to be a conversation really soon. And it won't be a conversation or accusations. Again, I let the statute of limitations run out. It's never been about money. My concern is that this person is still doing it, still a predator. And that's not okay. And I wish I was brave enough to speak up back then. I was worried that he would get in the way and try to interfere with my work and try to blackball me because he couldn't ball me. Pun intended. It's going to be a conversation had real soon. The beauty of non-disclosure agreements is that even if you do sign them, you can't speak about certain things, but confidentiality agreements don't, after speaking with several attorneys, they do not prohibit you. They can't prevent you from going to police departments and reporting sexual harassment and giving them your receipts, giving them your recordings, giving them your PDFs. And they don't prevent you from reporting felonies. Sexual harassment is a felony. If you tell a person, if you tell a whole grown man, like, hey, I ain't into dudes, yeah, y'all shut the fuck up. You tell a grown man, I'm not into guys, and he tries to grab your private parts. Not once, but twice, after trying to climb into bed with you. That is the legal definition of sexual assault. So, yeah. And no, I didn't see that documentary. Yeah, NDA and confidentiality agreement do not cover crimes, and they don't prevent you from taking all your evidence to the police, and then there's a public record. So at some point really soon, this conversation is gonna have to happen because it's fucking with me. It's bothering me. And it needs to happen. Y'all gonna be disappointed in who it is because y'all been fooled for years. But it's gonna have to happen. So, yeah, exactly. You said it. No means no. If I got multiple friends in the industry that are LGBTQ+. I've had drinks with a castmate and his boyfriend. I don't give a fuck who they sleeping with. I don't give a flying fuck at a Rolling Donut who these people are sleeping with. How do you treat me as a human being? That's what matters to me. That'll be the only thing that affects how I treat you. If you're respectful of my boundaries, then I can have a drink with you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend. I don't care. I don't have heaven to send you to when you leave here. That's God's job to judge you. But what we not gonna do, yeah, we not gonna try to force. Nah, man. It's taking everything in me not to air that out. Everything. I've been carrying this with me for a decade and a half. More. I'm gonna get off of that subject. It's gonna be addressed, and it's gonna be addressed soon. And if anybody has a problem with me telling the truth about predators in this industry, then they are truly part of the problem. And I'll say that out front, so that way when certain people who are worried about their work that are tied to this person or whatever, it's because they're selfish and they're worried about work. You can't treat people like that. And when I'm the boss, when I'm CEO, when I can make any TV show and film that I want, people are going to be able to come work with me and know that they don't have to worry about bullshit. They don't have to worry about opportunities being tied to sexual favors. They won't have to worry about being sexually harassed and intimidated and bullied because they didn't acquiesce to the sexual harassment or the attempted sexual assault or any of that. They're going to be able to show up and work and create amazing and great stuff without that. I was on a show, and if I had done what this actress did, just switching lanes, if I had done what she did, I'd never work again and I'd be in jail. She used to come up and pat me on the jump, like pat my penis, like, ooh, okay, I see that print. And I checked her. I grabbed her hand right away, checked her, like, what the fuck are you doing? That ain't okay. I'll do that shit. I'm going to jail. What are you doing? She did it again. Grabbed her hand. I was like, stop. That shit ain't funny. We're preparing for a scene. She walks past, cups my equipment, and was like, oh, you got some girth. When I tell you, had that been a dude, I'd have punched them in their motherfucking mouth. If I behaved like this woman, this particular actress had done, in that moment, I'd be in jail, I'd be canceled, and I would never fucking work again. You don't get to walk past somebody and be like, oh, that's nice, and pat them on their fucking private. What I get to call my job is a blessing, and I love it, and I'm grateful to God about it. Nah, that absolutely wasn't Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Please don't do that. That's my heart. I love her to the moon and back. She's a consummate professional. It was another it was a TV and film project, and she felt entitled to do that bullshit. Now, had I said something and she was higher than me on the call sheet, they would have just wrote me out. I'd have died. I told you, Miguel. They'd have wrote my character out and killed them off or whatever. And you're like, okay, boom, this is a series regular. I'm 1, 2, 3 on the call sheet. But that's not okay. It's not okay. Y'all wonder why I stay in my fucking dressing room while we on set. Because it's bullshit out there. And it's people that don't appreciate and aren't there to honor the opportunity that we have. They're just doing whatever they want to, whatever they feel entitled to. Imagine a man walking past a woman tapping, saying, I see that print poking through. I'm going to jail that very day. But she can do it and continue to work in this industry. And if I report her to the female executives that were on that particular show, it's going to get swept under the rug because they had already told me, just Christian, just stand here and be pretty. Just stand here and look pretty. While I'm asking about certain things in the scene so I can make it make sense to me intellectually, just stand there and be pretty. So, of course, I can't trust P, give me a minute. Chill out. I'm venting. Of course, I can't trust them. Stand there and be pretty. That's that bullshit that men told women for decades. So why the entire fuck is that okay for you to say that to me when I'm asking you the history of a particular scene so I can make it make sense to me honestly here, so that way when the words exit my spirit, it's honest. A few people calling me right now because they're probably seeing this and they're wondering if I'm actually going to tip the can over, and I want to. I fucking want to so bad. Because I'm tired of carrying it. I'm tired of carrying and having to deal with the bully and the harassment. Years. Not one, not two, not three, more. Years of sexual harassment and attempted sexual assault. And I want to air that shit out so bad. I'm having a night, clearly. Pretty boys deserve the same respect as the block button. Go fuck yourself. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 48. I'm not a pretty boy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me now? Okay, some people can hear me. Can you? Good. Yeah, it's not, yeah. And if you know me, then you know I'm a grown man. Don't call me pretty boy. That's some bullshit. So, yeah, I needed to vent and get some of this out of my system because there's a vitriol that you carry when you deal with this. And there's a trauma that comes with it because you never know. Like, okay, is this meeting legit? Or